So we're going to be doing wire to sheet, and this is the twisted wire that I've soldered onto sheet. So I would like to show you guys how to make twisted wire. You can buy it, but I kind of like to make things myself, and also it's cheaper if you make your own sheet and wire. Most of the time twisted wire is really easy to do. It usually comes in a spool like this. This is bronze wire from Rio Grande. It's 18 gauge, which is just a little bit heavier than your wires. But what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to take a pair of diagonal cutters, and I'm just going to cut off this twisted end, and it gives a nice pretty clean cut. When we go to solder the posts on, I'll be filing that end flat. The other thing I want to share with you is these clippers have gotten their nose cut off, broken off, because somebody tried to cut a much heavier wire. So we have different gauge cutters, and you should pay attention to that. The tool that I'm going to show you how to twist actually has a cutter right there. This is a twisted wire cutter. The first time I saw one of these was at Boeing Surplus many years ago. I know the jewelry industry now is selling them, but this also has a cutter for you right like that. And the other twister I want to show you is this is an old hand drill, and you can get these kind of things at a garage sale for a couple of bucks, and then I just put a cup hook in the top of it to do twisting. So I'm going to show you, this is something you could find at a garage sale for a couple bucks. This is something that's maybe $25 or $30, and either work really well. But I'm going to take my wire and I'm going to clamp the two loose ends in the wires nice and tight. I'm going to pull it out, and this is where the cup hook works really well. And I'm pulling straight, and well, I didn't have it locked in there very well. So what I'm going to do now is twist these around each other and see if that keeps me with this little vise from snapping off the other end. I put this back on here, and I'm going to start twisting. And you can twist it as loose as you want or as tight as you want. This has gotten bent. And I'm going to stop at this point, and then I'm going to take it off. And you can see that I have a really lovely twisted wire. And this is at a point where I'd like to show you, this is twisted wire with copper and nickel silver. So it's almost like making a candy cane. This is one that I have twisted like I did this one, but then I folded it in half and I twisted it again. And that's what a lot of the Norwegian jewelers do with their wire. So thanks to Lori Talcott, I've learned about that. And you can see that it's a little bit more intricate than just the typical regular wire twisting. And then last but not least, because I like people to think outside the box, this is a strip of sheet that I twisted with a wire, which I think is pretty interesting and has possibilities. So I'm going to take this wire that I just twisted, and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to see if this bronze will let me do it without having to anneal it. Usually I demo this with copper, because copper is so forgiving and usually doesn't work harden very fast. But now I'm going to put this like this, and I'm going to use what I call the Boeing Surplus tool. I'm going to grab onto it here, and I'm going to squeeze really tight, and I'm going to then lock it in place. And I can't get it tight enough, can I? Okay. This is too thick a wire. So I will show you that again in a minute. I will take this one, and then I'm going to roll it again. How will this not turn?